This is Maureen Legas with your 21 Days 2018 series, and today is day 14. So today we're going to finish up our dot loop discussion with a couple of other things that we use here. First, we're going to talk about tasks. Now, we talked about setting the details, the document section, adding the people, and then down here at the bottom, we have tasks, and you can add tasks for your team members. If you have a contract to close company, they can add tasks that they're doing so you can see what the progress is that's going along with your contract. There could be templates for tasks as well that your office has set up. But today I'm going to talk specifically about setting up a task in advance of something that you want to have done later. So on the day that we finally close, I will upload to the offer document the deed, the warranty deed, and the settlement statement, and I will share that with the buyers. And the reason we have to share it back is because anything you put in the loop at any point, if you don't share it with people, they can't see it. So I'm going to share that back, and there will not be any signatures on it. So if you remember from our earlier discussion, when you share where there's no signatures, it will be shared as view only. So there'll be no signature spots. I'm going to share as view only, and I'm going to put a little note in there to the buyer saying just want you to have a copy of your warranty deed and your settlement statement here in the loop. And then in our state of Florida, we can file for homestead exemption. And in Florida, the buyer has to live in the house by January 1st, has to be in the house at the end of the previous year, and file by March 1st in order to qualify. Homestead exemption gives them a slower increase in their taxes and gives them a deduction before the millage rate is applied for tax calculations. And so I don't want to forget to remind people to apply for their homestead exemption. They can apply right away, but I'm going to send them a reminder through .loop automatically. So I'm going to click on Add Tasks, and the task is going to be don't forget to file for your homestead exemption. And I might even put the link to the place in the internet where they would go to file for that county. So I might look up, in our case, Manatee or Sarasota County, and place the link here that they would need to file for their homestead. In the loop has their settlement statement, the information that they need to file, and their warranty deed. Here we would just set it as a task to remind them. And so once I set that up, I have a task, and now I have to assign it to someone. So I clicked on Unassigned, and I roll down, and it's assigned to no one, but I'm going to pick to assign it to a person. Now Sandra filled out the disclosure, so my guess is she's going to be the one to fill out the homestead exemption as well. So I'm going to pick Sandra. I'm going to assign it to Sandra, and now I'm going to pick a date of when that's due. I'm going to pick a specific date, and I know she can file any time, but I'm going to remind her in January. The first week of January is busy with the holidays, so I'm going to pick Tuesday or Wednesday of the second week. And I'm going to set that reminder for .loop to send Sandra a reminder that says don't forget to file your homestead exemption. It'll bring her back. She has access to the loop to get her documents, and I might even be able to put in here, I'll go find that link to that homestead page on the property appraiser, it's the property appraiser site for our county. All right, so that's setting a task ahead of time. So that's a good thing to use for your clients. So one other thing I want to talk about is here in your templates. So up here you would click on Templates, brings you to here, and you'll notice there are some folders. You can click here to create a new folder. So let's say that you want to take the documents that you generally use and you want to add the information that you type over and over again rather than having blank documents each time you want to add a listing or a buyer contract. So I'm going to click New Folder, and I'm going to create a new folder name, and maybe I'm going to put Updated Documents as the folder name. And I create that folder, and it's over here in this list now, and I'm going to click. It grays it out, which means I'm in my Updated Documents folder. And let's say I go to Templates and I want to take from the residential listing, I want to take the let's see, one of the documents, Community Development District document, defective drywall. So let's say I want to put the defective drywall over there. I want to copy it. Then I can edit this defective drywall document, and I can put some things in here that I would normally type. So let's say if I have a buyer, that I would always have the buyer allowed to have 15 days to inspect and have a $0 amount. So if they find any defective drywall, they will not accept it. So let's say that's my standard for filling out this particular form. And everyone has a different standard for their different forms. Now I'm going to save this, and I go back here, and it's saved in my Updated Documents folder. So instead now in the future, when I go to pull a defective drywall for buyers, let me see here, I want to rename this. Let's say that this is the buyer form for defective drywall, because I might not fill it out the same way if I had representing the seller. Buyer defective drywall. Next time I go into my loop, and I want to add that defective drywall document. So let's say I'm just going to add it here so it's not all muddied up with all these other documents. I'm going to pull from my templates. I'm going to go to my Updated Documents. I'm going to add defective drywall. I'm going to copy it over. And then when I go look at that defective drywall document, it's already got, this is going to populate for this particular loop, it's already got these things filled out. And I don't have to fill it out again because I've done it. So you can do that with all of your contract documents in your template section here by creating a folder and adding documents to that folder template, adding templates to that folder that you can modify and make your own. All right, so that's it for .loop. We're done talking about .loop. We'll be back tomorrow with new content.